Welcome to today's episode of the CIO WaterCooler TV. Today, I'm lucky to be joined by Steve Humber, who is going to help us as we delve into modernising or modernisation. Steve, you're the Chief Digital Information Officer at Coventry University Group. Welcome. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me along.
We're delving into modernisation. What does modernise as a term mean for you and for your organisation?
Well, you can look at it from both angles of technology modernisation, but also, an organisation. So, if I'm looking at technology modernisation, then clearly the standards or the obvious around infrastructure, and your core networks and data centres. But for me as a CIO, it's also about having a modern outlook on how we can use technology and digital for the betterment of an organisation, whether that's a manufacturing organisation or whether that's a education organisation like Coventry. So it's about really being able, nimble, and thinking technology backed to adapt to the future of the direction of the organisation. So, for example, there's a lot of talk around now at universities about online and blended learning, hybrid learning. And so how do universities adapt to that and provide the same student experience, the same ability for students to retain the same sort of levels that they would in the traditional chalk and talk face-to-face. So, the future of a modern university is looking at all those areas, virtual reality, augmented reality, and what that experience can offer students of the future. So modernisation means a lot. But as the CIO, CDIO, I'm focused on enabling the university itself to be modern and smart and forward-thinking and adaptable to the future needs of students.
It's interesting that you talk about future needs of students and name checks some technology that's at the cutting edge. You've obviously got an intake every year, which probably comes with huge expectations where the goalposts are constantly moving, perhaps more so than most other industries. In that context, how do you deal with legacy and technical debt?
Well, all organizations have legacy and technical debt, whether it's like I said, the anything from databases through to your networks through to applications. So it's really important you get the foundations right to going forward. So what I mean by that is what are the aspirations of the technology of the future? So, for example, a big technical debt in a lot of organizations is legacy applications and legacy point-to-point connections and data flow. So one of the things we're doing and spending a lot of time is actually getting the base right. So modernising legacy applications, moving some traditional, some homegrown applications to more modern off-the-shelf applications and adapting those, but also putting in, which has always been a traditionally difficult area of the sort of enterprise service bus or this layer that allows data to flow freely from essentially now plugging and play applications. So we look at it now from almost like an ecosystem perspective of a backbone of data layers that allow data to flow, and we're using a technology called MuleSoft. And then thinking about how you can plug and play applications into those. So you can always then future-proof, in theory, for the best of breed products, whether that's in the teaching and learning space, in research, or in the back office space. But technical debt is something that you have to address, otherwise it becomes a chain around your neck that's going to hold you back, and they're not going to let you be nimble and quick and adaptive. So we're starting to address and addressing all of those issues, but it's a journey like most organizations are on. And one we started probably 4, if not 5 years ago, by having a cloud-first based strategy, a SaaS-based model first, cloud-based first strategy for our systems and technologies.
What have been the drivers of modernisation in the organisation?
it's responsiveness to let's say the market or organizations, but also being optimized in how you operate. And I guess you could use those words for any organization, but particularly HE and universities are slow movers in terms of adapting new technology, and the market doesn't change. However, the expectations now of students is growing. Just from how they want to use technology, or use technology for the way they're learning and being taught. So, for example, now, if you go into a biology class, it's not just a PowerPoint. You'd probably want a student want to go into the body, using virtual reality, into the microcells and how the blood flows around and how the bones are constructed, for example. And so that's what we're finding is the sort of demands of students, or the expectations in some ways, to have quite modern ways of teaching and learning. But then also putting around that sort of pastoral care, that personalisation of the students, helping the students who are struggling, pushing the students who need a bit of support and can be more capable. So, it's not just the teaching and learning, it's also about the sort of pastoral personalisation of the whole learning for those students.
I mean, there you've obviously described really quite articulately the challenging environment that you've got where it comes to adapting to your stakeholder expectations, especially where students are concerned. And I imagine your teaching faculty and other members of the university will also have had their expectations influenced over events of the last couple of years. Look, Steve, thank you very much for your time today on the CIO WaterCooler TV. If you've enjoyed today's interview, please do take the time to have a look around the website. There are plenty more videos for you to get plenty of insight from.